Question says, and alhamdulillah, I knew this was coming. How do we understand the hadith that says that when a woman walks and she walks upon something which is filthy, the clean earth will clean, tutahiruhu, the earth that comes after will clean, etc. Tayyib. First and foremost is, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ's words can never be contradictory. Number two, the wisdom that's been organically extracted from the Messenger of Allah ﷺ's words can never be contradictory. The ijtihadat of this alim and that alim, perhaps, but the pure wisdom that's authentically extracted, freshly squeezed orange juice, it can never be bad for you. It can never be contradictory. Everybody understand this? So if a woman's garment is on the ground and she walks into some najasa, let's say dog manure or urine on the street, what does the woman do in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 2017? Does she walk on the concrete? What does she do? If your wife or your sister or your daughter stepped in something foul, what would she do, Sheikh?
She would clean it off.
How?
With some water.
Did the Prophet say water?
No. He said clean earth.
So why doesn't your wife use clean earth? She goes to the laundromat. Sahih? She's going to take off her overgarment when she's in the house, and she's going to do what? Next question. What's important is that the Prophet ﷺ, Sheikh, you got to understand something about the historical context of many hadiths with regards to water, with regards to many things where the Prophet lived and how he lived. Water was scarce. It was a very dry and arid environment, and water was considered to be extremely valuable. So there are many different hadiths and statements about wiping this and doing this. It doesn't mean that it's haram to use water. It doesn't mean that you can't use other cleaning agents. You don't have to use stones when you relieve yourself. But if you don't have water, or water is just scarce, then what? Use stones. That hadith doesn't mean that the Prophet is telling us that Allah loves for us to what? Use stones. But he's talking about a simple, easy, and most importantly, free alternative to something that's dirty on your clothes. That's number one. Number two, this hadith does not necessarily pertain to that which is wet and fresh, as the people of knowledge say. They have a long argument about this. Is it pertaining to the najasa that's wet, or is it pertaining to something that's dry? You clear on this, Sheikh? Yeah. Last but not least is, for argument's sake, a woman's garment does not have to be so long and we should accumulate so much dirt and dust. Everybody understand this? And Allah knows best. Last but not least is, if a woman goes outside, she wears socks, her feet are covered. Or she doesn't wear socks. She has on sandals, she has on boots, she has on sneakers. All of these things pertain to her odor being covered, and the foot being a part of the odor. وَلَا يَضْرِبْنَ بِأَرْجُلِهِنَّ لِيُعْلَمَ مَا يُخْفِينَ مِنْ زِينَتِهِنَّ. Allah says, it's about the believing women, the Prophet's wives, Prophet's daughters, and all of the women folk. He says, and they should not stomp their feet. They should not walk in a certain way or a certain manner. لِيُعْلَمَ مَا يُخْفِينَ مِنْ زِينَتِهِنَّ. Unless their concealed beauty will be plain and public to men. So the ankles, the feet, they have to be covered. How she considers and wishes to cover them, that's her own discretion. Socks, shoes, or the garment being what? Long. But it doesn't mean it has to be exceedingly long, because that enters into other problematic issues, as we just said. And Allah knows best. That's in brief. That's what? That's in brief.